Good morning, it's Miss Kim with Miss Kim's Tarot and Tearoom.com. Right now it is 9:48 a.m. and it's July the 11th, 2026. At 3 a.m. I was woken out of bed, not able to breathe, and my chest was hurting. And I realized that I was having an asthma attack. The first thing that I thought about was the time, because that was an indication of what Chinese meridian was struggling, which of course was my lung meridian. It is active from 3 to 5 a.m. So I immediately got my Shiatsu manual, which looks like this, that I've done myself. And I created that from classes that I had, and I looked at the body map showing the points that needed to be worked on so that I could start to have some relief. While alongside of that, I took some Flonase and used a natural inhaler from Olbas, and that's what this looks like, this little tiny thing here. So why am I telling you this? The reason is I have asthma and I know some natural ways to help that condition. So the number one thing that I use if it's just coming on is the Olbas inhaler, and you can get that on Amazon or some health food stores. I also have a small personal Vicks steamer, which is here. And I put a few drops of eucalyptus oil on a little tissue, and when the steam starts, I inhale it. Right now it is super humid outside, which of course can trigger asthma in some people. When I woke up, I noticed that the humidity level indoors was 82%. So I immediately put on my dehumidifier to help lower that indoor humidity to at least 45%, because anything above 60% can trigger me having an asthma attack. There are some homeopathic remedies that are really good for asthma due to high humidity, and one of those is natrum sulfuricum, and that is this little guy, upside down here. If you can, nope, it was right the first time. It's from a French company. I'm trying to figure out how you can see it, and it's not going to let me, but it's from a French company and it's called natrum sulfuricum. There are several things listed for asthma, but this is humidity related asthma. I get a lot of homeopathic information at drhomeo.com, so it's drhomeo.com, on online forums, and my pocket manual, Homeopathic Materia Medica. So this is that. This has all kinds of remedies in it. And I keep this by my bed that my sweet son-in-law got me for Christmas this past year. And it's funny because he said, that's a pocket manual, but this is the regular size. So you can see it's massive. But I needed something smaller. When the weather is like what it is now, the temperatures are well past the 90s and 100s, and the humidity soars like it is now, it can cause respiratory distress. And before it did that, I wanted to make sure that I had done everything to help myself so that I wouldn't be on oxygen or something else like going to the ER. So my line of defense is doing Shiatsu or acupressure, which is what I'm about to show you. There are 11 points that you can work to get relief that last, and it's good to work those meridians in your body anyway. I was a licensed massage therapist from 2005 until 2025, when I decided not to renew my license because I felt by then I needed to be receiving massage more than giving it.
Unknown caller.
Oops. And it's hard on the body to do it all day for clients, specifically deep tissue and therapeutic massage, which is what I specialized in. I miss the spa environment tremendously. But I am definitely not wanting to massage all day. So I still love massage, and I love the healing modalities that I learned in the 20 years that I did active massage. And I use those things every day to keep myself healthy. Some things are just as simple as working a point on your body to make you feel better. But I want to make it clear I'm not diagnosing or giving medical advice, or I'm a medical professional like a doctor or a nurse. I'm giving you information of things that I do to help myself to feel better as soon as I start to notice a change in my health. And one of those reasons are I cannot take most antibiotics and pharmaceuticals like most people can. I can take over-the-counter drugs like Flonase, and I can take Arbuterol. So I really have to find ways to help myself first that won't cause severe reactions to the medications, or worse, going into anaphylaxis. There are a lot of people that have O negative blood that have the same kind of issues. And if you look, you'll find a lot of those people that are O negative are psychics or have clair abilities as clairaudient, clairvoyance, etc. So those are the clairs. But that conversation will be for another day. Right now, we're talking about how you can help yourself with asthma or lung issues using natural means. As I said before, I use a portable Vicks inhaler. You can get it at the Walgreens for under $50. And I put a couple of drops of the eucalyptus oil. You can get any kind of as long as it's a therapeutic grade eucalyptus oil. And you can put it on a tissue and just hold it close to your face and inhale it. Not too much, because that could burn the area, but it opens up your passages. I use the Olbas inhaler that you can get on Amazon for under $7. And the homeopathic pellets you can get for under $10. And you just can put them under your tongue sublingually and let them dissolve. There are plenty of homeopathic groups on Facebook and websites that can help you, as well as asking a homeopath or getting a treatment with one, which I hope to become one eventually. I love homeopathy. I love Shiatsu and acupuncture, which can help with asthma. The LUNG Meridian holds grief and sorrow, which can cause the condition of asthma. I definitely can say that is accurate for me this month. It's the anniversary of losing my little sweet Paco, my little Chihuahua, and I miss him terribly. I guess I was probably processing that while sleeping and woke up with asthma, or I'll blame it on the humidity level inside. But whatever it was, thankfully I'm doing better right now. So let's look at the body map and what points help along the pathway. Also, it is important to work its pair, which is the large intestine, afterwards. Each meridian has a pair. You work them both to stabilize them both. There are 12 meridians in the body, and then there's a conception and a governing vessel that runs in the middle of your body. Some meridians are longer than others, but for now we're talking specifically about the lung meridian, which I'll show you. The letters on the body map say LU, and then there's a number behind it, so it would say, which means lung. Let me get my little map so you can see it close up. This is one that I got in massage school. So if you can see these little dots, and these are my notes that I have. You start at the top of your body, because it literally runs along a side on your arm and part of your chest. Sorry, I'm having dogs running by. Hey, stop that. So lung 1 would be about, you've got to feel around, it's going to be tender. So this being pressed at least for a minute, and it kind of feels like a thumb pressing back up at you if it's full. There's parts of it that can be empty, which it feels like there's nothing in there and it's just drained out, or it feels full and it needs to be pressed in and moved up to the next point. So this is for all lung issues, wheezing, coughing, asthma, and digestion that's difficult. But when you move back up, you're going to get close to this clavicle right here. That's lung 2. We just did lung 1. That's where I'm kind of tender there, and you're going to hold it longer than what I'm showing you because this is for video. So lung 2 on the Shiatsu is here, and it's tender, and it's also a shoulder point, and it's used for cough and asthma and tension in the chest. And that's what I was having this morning. So when I worked these points, I could feel my chest loosening up. So here it's going to roll over, and you're going to be on the inside of your arm. You're going to hold your arm like supine, so your palm's going to be facing up. And this is lung 3, and it's for swelling in the neck. And I noticed when I did that, my neck started to loosen up some. It's for asthma, poor memory, when you're you start to have fuzzy thinking, depression. And so you work that point, and about an inch down, you can just run your finger down along that line, and that's going to be lung 4. And this one is for cough and shortness of breath and chest pain and heart pain. So you can keep rolling down, and you're going to get to about here, and that's going to be lung 5, and that's for counterflow key, for diarrhea, for edema, tennis elbow, and lumbar pain, which curiously I was having that. So you're holding it. This one feels full, but it wants to move. Now I've already worked it one time. Sometimes you have to do it more than once. So we're going to roll down a little bit more to 6, which is toward here, if you can see. And that's for cough and wheezing and asthma, and for sore throat or dry cough. And you can feel it. It feels, like I said, like a thumb pushing back up at you. As you get further down to lung 7, that's going to be further on your wrist, right here. I'm going to contort myself to pieces. And that's for body aches, for chills, for fever, for runny nose, for scratchy throat and sneezing. And then we're going to get a little bit further down to 8, which is close to the wrist, and that's for expelling wind, for wrist pain and carpal tunnel. That one's really good, and it's super sore, interestingly enough. So then let's roll down to 9, lung 9, which is, let me get over here and have it where you can see it. Okay, where's my 9 at? Okay, so we got 9, and then that's for cough, asthma, wheezing, and then as you get to 10, which is about right here, lung 10 clears excess or deficient heat and sore throat and bleeding from heat. So I guess that would be good for a bloody nose or something if you were, and then we're going to go to 11, which is really interesting because that's going to be on the outer part of your thumb right here. And that's for extreme sore throat and it's a revival point. So it says from wind stroke. So you can use this point, but I'm telling you, this helped this morning at 3 a.m. And I worked both sides. You work both sides. And by the time I got finished, which was about 5 a.m., it took a while to do all 11 points on both sides. I was not having asthma, but it still was tender feeling. And if you don't have time and you've done some of the points, you at least want to do the first point and the last point if you have to come back and finish up. And remember, its pair is the large intestine, and that one is active from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. And that helps you release on all levels: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. It governs the production of mucus throughout the body to eliminate friction. It helps with shoulder problems too. So it helps you let go. If you've got something that's going on that you need to let go of, that's a good one to work with, but you want to work them together. So later today, I will be doing that large intestine point. And at some point, I might just work specifically and show you some allied modalities that I learned when I was doing massage for the 20 years that I did. And you know, you constantly have to keep learning. And I learned so much, and I try to stay on top of it. But this stays by my bed. I actually incorporated a bunch of modalities into one, so all I have to do is flip it and find what it is that I'm looking for. So once again, Natrum sulfuricum from the French company. I don't even know how to say it. I'm gonna have to learn if I ever become a homeopath, but they might give me something else. Boiron. So I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but that is the one for humidity related asthma. The Olbas is just an inhaler that it's got ingredients that are natural. They also have a salve, and they have the oil. But as far as whenever I use it in my Vicks inhaler, like steamer, I like eucalyptus. It's a little bit more gentle on my lungs. If you're interested in any homeopathic, to find out what all kind of remedies that you can use, this one is the pocket version that is massive, and it really has taught me so much, and it's helped me because I cannot take most pharmaceuticals, so I have to use supplements and other things to make sure that I stay healthy. Hopefully I won't tear this place up before I finish this video. But anyway, I am Miss Kim with Miss Kim's Tarot and Tea Room. I hope some of this helped you. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and wherever you are, I hope that you are staying cool, because I have got this place locked down like Fort Knox, and it's 68 degrees in here, and I'm not going out until it cools down. So I will talk to you later. Have a good day.